Test, test. Okay.
First, live, local. This is Fox 12 Now.
All right, hello everyone. This is Fox 12 Now. Thanks for joining us. We are live streaming here out of the Fox 12 Oregon newsroom here every weekday starting at 1 o'clock and going throughout the afternoon. Our next conversation here that we're going to be sharing with you has to do about something called BizarroCon. What is that? Well, we had the founder join us here to discuss it and let you know all about it. It's taking place May 14th through the 17th. Let's have Constance on to find out more.
Yeah, BizarroCon is predominantly a writers' convention. This is actually our 18th year. While I am the director of this year's BizarroCon, it has previously been helmed by a Bizarro press called Eraserhead Press. It is generally for writers to get together, network, workshop, and it's really just for anyone whose weird fiction doesn't fit anywhere else. And as the convention has kind of bloomed into this greater thing, we've started including other types of media like artists, musicians, filmmakers, and it's just a really great chance for everybody to get together as a community and kind of recharge creatively.
And what would you say, just to go over this one time too, is what is the definition of Bizarro?
Yeah, Bizarro, it used to be a little more stringent. It was previously called like the cult section of the video store. So like if you're in Portland and you go to Movie Madness, they have all kinds of strange, weird cult classic films, things that are surreal, magical realism, anything that's too weird to just fit in horror or sci-fi. It branches out beyond that because of its strangeness, and it all needed a place to be. So here we are.
So yeah, filed under Bizarro, which makes sense.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and so for this genre, how have you seen it? You mentioned now there's a place for it. How have you seen it change kind of over the years?
We've definitely seen expansion. It's so cool. I came into this space as a fan. Bizarro has been a genre for about the last 20 plus years. So as somebody who just picked up really weird books and then moved to Portland to come be part of it, it's so cool to have it be so welcoming. And it has expanded a lot. There used to just be like one press or just a handful of presses, and now there's so many more. The expansion has been really cool and given us an ability to build a greater community. And that's just a really cool thing for a bunch of weirdos and misfits to find their home.
And what do you think it is about Portland that's made it such a good place for something like this?
Portland is all about keeping it weird. So that's exactly what we set out to do. We're keeping that alive. Eraserhead Press, which is the founding press for BizarroCon, is Portland based. And so many of the authors were based out of Portland. The birthplace of Bizarro essentially is Portland, Oregon.
Which is awesome. And so it makes perfect sense that this would be here and taking place. And so for people who attend this, what's the experience like for attending BizarroCon?
Oh man, I think it varies for everybody. I think you can kind of create your own experience based on what you're looking for. If you want to treat it as a writing retreat and attend workshops and panels and then hole up and go work on your draft, you can. But ultimately, it is a community building event. My first BizarroCon was 15 years ago. And I hear from so many people after their first attending, like they came into this space and they didn't know what to expect and how welcoming everyone is. And on top of that, being able to talk about just the weird, obscure things that you're interested in, where if you're talking about those things at home, other people don't get it. But with BizarroCon, you're in this group of other people who not only know those things, but also love them. And it's just this immediate feeling of homecoming and belonging. And I think that anybody who's passionate about any of their hobbies or creative endeavors that they love deserves to have that space where they feel welcomed and included. So that's definitely what we set out to do.
So it sounds like a real sense of community then among everybody who's attending.
Absolutely. It's definitely community based. This year specifically, just because I'm not a rich person, and I'm putting together this convention this year, and it's only been possible through the community that I could really do that.
Well, for everybody who's attending, who wants to attend, who's a fan of this or just curious about this, let's give them those dates and how they can attend.
Yeah, absolutely. We are going to be at the Jupiter Hotel May 14th through the 17th. You can register at BizarroCon.com. There is a registration page, links with more information, programming, upcoming, but a general outline of what you can expect and what we'll be up to is posted there.
And for anybody, let's say, who's a very beginner or is curious about BizarroCon or Bizarro, what would you recommend as the best way for them to try it out or really give themselves a sample of what it is?
Yeah, I would recommend going to like Bizarro Central. BizarroCentral.com has a list of just a bunch of our authors that kind of fall into that space. I would say predominantly Carlton Mellick III is kind of the best known author. Jeremy Johnson, and if you're looking at like maybe something a little more mainstream, if you've ever read anything by Chuck Palahniuk, you're probably into Bizarro.
Okay, I feel like there's a lot of people that just went like, okay, now I get it, and that's a gateway.
Absolutely.
Gateway. Awesome. Well, Constance, anything else that you think is important for people to know?
No, we just would love to see you there. And if you're new, don't be afraid to show up and join us.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us, and thanks everybody for watching here. This is Fox 12 Now. We're live streaming here out of the newsroom. We get to have these longer form conversations like this, and you can always watch these after the fact on the Fox 12 Oregon apps as well. But thanks, Constance. Thanks, everyone. We'll talk to you soon with more. I'm Greg Nibbler. This is Fox 12 Now.